All right, I'm gonna go ahead and say it. This is the bang for your buck right here at this price point of $449. And you don't have to pay that. You can also get this on carriers, do the monthly subscription thing, monthly payment, 18 bucks or something like that. You can get it on T-Mobile. You got pretty good deals. Different carriers have different options of, and also promos going on for the Google Pixel 6a. I got this one from Google. So shout out to Team Pixel and hashtag gift from Google for sending this unit out to me for review. I've been using it for over 13 days now. And I'm here to compete the prices of different manufacturers. So one, we have Samsung Galaxy A53 5G, which is at the same price point of $449. The other hand, we have Apple, who has another competitor at the same price point. They're offering the phone for $449, and their offering is the iPhone SE 3rd generation 2022. So all these phones came out this year, 2022, and all these phones are going to hit certain things, certain points that people are interested in, but they're also going to miss certain points that people are interested in. And here's where I think the Google Pixel 6a hit the mark and it wins over these other two manufacturers. Starting with Samsung Galaxy A53. So they offer the phone at $449, and this phone does have the biggest display. It does have 120 hertz. It has the brightest screen, so they hit a lot of check marks on here. They're IP67, dust and water resistant, single nano SIM, and you can also put an SD card on there. So if that is important to you, then that's probably going to be the one that you consider, because you can add extra storage on here. It also comes in different options, so you can pick up 256 gig with 8 gigs of RAM, and it has the most options when it comes to the cameras. It has a 64 megapixel wide, it has a 12 megapixel ultra wide, a 5 macro, and a 5 depth of field, and it only records in 4K 30. That's maxed out at 4K 30 on the rear camera. Front camera has a 32 megapixel, and it also records in 4K. So when it comes to speakers, it does have dual stereo speakers, all the good stuff, and it does have that gigantic battery. It gets a 5,000 milliamp battery with the fastest charging among all three phones. So it does have that 25 watt fast charging. So that's where it wins. Now, where that Galaxy A53 5G loses is going to be in this horrendous Exynos 1280. So the Exynos processor, I did have the phone. Go back and check my videos out. I thought it was a decent phone, but after about a month, I ended up selling it because the lag was it was visible and it was annoying. So that's where, Samsung hit everything else, but they put in that Exynos 1280 processor in there, and that kind of ruined the entire experience of the phone, even though it has the best screen, the biggest battery, the expandable storage, and the options to get different memory capacities and the dual stereo speakers. Everything was good on that phone, but the one thing that killed it, like I said, was the Exynos 1280. So saying all that, we're going to move on to the next one, which is going to be this thing here, which a lot of people love. I actually enjoyed it. I had it for a little while. I actually enjoyed it. A lot of people love this phone, but for $449, the Apple iPhone SE 3rd generation, this phone right here, it's just, it really can't compete in the market with just one camera in 2022 and a 4.7 inch display. Let me clarify. It's a 4.7 inch Retina IPS LCD So it's kind of a tough sale. Everyone's going AMOLED or OLED. So here's where that phone wins is in the processor. It does have the latest Apple A15 Bionic processor, and it does have eSIM support. So there's no expandable memory. You got one camera. You got a 4.7 inch screen LCD. You got the, what do you call, I forget what you call this, fingerprint reader up in the front, which is one of the best ones in the market. So when you buy this phone, you're not getting a lot of options. It's pretty bare bones. You only get one camera, very small battery, 2,000 something milliamp battery, and you get 64 gigs of storage. You do have options to to get more memory, but you get a small 2018 milliamp battery, and you do get fast wireless charging at 20 watts. Also, they include wireless charging. So if you want, if the wireless charging is your thing and you have $450, I guess this would be your option, unless you just want to plug in. I'd plug in instead of using this. Wireless charging is just slow as heck. It's 7.5 watts. So yeah, that's your option from Apple at $449. I mean, the design is dated. The screen is tiny. The battery is tiny, and you only get one camera option. So I don't think, and for me, I wouldn't. Me being an Apple user, I do use Apple products. I'm recording with the iPhone 13 Pro Max. I wouldn't even recommend this phone at $449. So that's something that I would not do. So the clear winner for me, in my opinion, is going to be the Google Pixel 6a. And my reasoning for it being the best bang for buck is going to be because it offers a lot of great things. It offers really good cameras. I think it's 12 megapixel camera. It's a camera that's a proven camera. It's been around for a while, but it takes the best photos, in my opinion, better than the iPhone, better than the A53, and it just takes good photos just as great as the Google Pixel 6. So it has, if you take a picture with the Google Pixel 6 and the same photo with the 6a, it's hard to tell which photo came from where because they're that good. So this phone doesn't have the best screen. I mean, the largest screen. It doesn't have the largest screen. It has a 6.1 inch OLED HDR screen. So it's 229 pixels per inch. So high pixel rate. It's cornering Gorilla Glass 3, and it has an always on display. It is just a big display compared to this. So I would definitely be picking this display over a smaller display. And then you have more camera options. So you got a wide and you got an ultra wide, and you have a front facing camera, which is 12 megapixels compared to what is on the main camera or front facing camera on the iPhone is 7. So you got a 7 megapixel in the front, and over here you got the 12. So you got 3 12 megapixel cameras on here. Yeah. You got an 8 megapixel in the front of the Google Pixel 6a and 2 12s on the rear. So when it comes to display, camera options, larger battery, this one is out the window. So now you're competing back again with the A53 5G, the Samsung Galaxy A53 5G. So now you got those two side by side. So I already mentioned what Samsung has to offer. So now, where this one wins is it doesn't have the highest end refresh rate screen. What it has is a faster processor. It has the Google Pixel Tensor chip, octa-core 5 nanometer processor. So it has the faster processor, which is, to me, it's going to give you the better experience among all the phones, among the A53, among the SE, third generation iPhone. It's going to give you the better experience because it's going to give you a larger display when it comes to the SE. It's going to give you a faster processor when it comes to the A53 5G. So it's going to give you an overall better experience. It's going to be smoother, in my opinion. No hiccups like the A53. I'm not trying to bash the phone, but that's just what killed it for me, was that processor, that Exynos processor. So to me, this is the one to get. You have the better cameras. The battery life on here is actually smaller. So we have a smaller battery capacity. It's 4410 milliamp battery, but it's going to last longer than the A53 5G because it doesn't have that 120 hertz display and it has a smaller display. So it's going to consume less power, give you better battery life. And what the downfalls on this phone is it doesn't offer you fast charging. So it does have fast charging, but it's 18 watts. So it's 18 watts fast charging, and it gives you that USB power delivery 3.0, which the other two don't have. No wireless charging on the back. So like wireless charging is super slow anyways, so it's not going to be a deal breaker for me. It's more of a convenience thing to users out there that like just placing their phone on there and having it charged. So I understand that point. So that, it could affect, or it could be a deal breaker. Mostly I have wireless chargers at home, and I normally just place them on there overnight. So it's not like a quick top off thing. It's more like put them on there, let them charge all night, and they'll be fully charged in the morning. So yeah, so here's where we're at with the Google Pixel 6a. That's why I think this is the better option. Faster processor, better camera options, and overall just the Google experience. You got that Google Pixel launcher on here, which is just buttery smooth. So that's my opinion on why I would pick the Google Pixel 6a over any of the other two mentioned. Price point, like I said, they're all the same. This one is actually right now, like I said, a bunch of deals on T-Mobile right now if you want to pick one up. But don't believe the hype, man. There's a lot of hype, a lot of negative videos out there on the Pixel 6a when it comes to people unlocking with different fingers or whatnot. That's nonsense. I haven't had that with my unit. Overheating issues, I haven't had that either. I have had it before with, I believe it was the Google Pixel 5a gave me an issue with overheating. I haven't experienced it with this one. So far it's been smooth, a great experience. The battery has lasted me all day on one charge. I've used it for all my social media apps. These are all the apps that I mainly have on here. And it's been running great. I can definitely recommend this phone to anyone out there who's interested in purchasing a phone under $500, or if you even want to get it, like I said, on a payment plan. You're going to have a great time with this Google Pixel 6a. Awesome photos, speakers on here. You got dual speakers that sound pretty good also, and the battery life. So a lot of points to check. The screen to me is great. It's a 1080p OLED display, so it doesn't get super bright outdoors, but it is visible. It's a usable screen. It's, if you want to nitpick at it, you can, but it's a usable screen. Viewing angles are okay on here, and the brightness, like I said, it gets pretty bright. I got it turned on halfway. There it is right there. Pretty bright screen and pretty visible outdoors, so not an issue for me. So that's going to be it for this video. Drop a comment down below. Let me know your thoughts on the Google Pixel 6a versus the Samsung Galaxy A53 5G versus the iPhone SE 3rd generation. Drop a comment down below. I surely would love to read your opinion and thoughts, and I'll catch you guys on another one. But before we leave, Google sent me back my Google Pixel 6, and we're back in the game. Yes, sir. We out.